Just can't talk in those things. Welcome to the third episode of Mandalorian Armor making. We're going to focus on the helmet again today. We're going to try and get to this level in as short as time as possible with as much quality as possible. So, right now, from where I showed you guys last time, I've actually got both cheeks installed, made sure it's symmetrical, and I've started working on the dome. You can see here they're both pretty close to what I wanted them to be. We're going to have to put some filler in to fill these cracks in. That side we got a little serious crack right there. The rest of it lines up pretty well, but it could always use a little bit more work. Also, I got my thigh armor done. It's like the Django style armor, except it wraps around the thigh a little bit more than his, and it's got a little bit of a flare on the bottom. It looks pretty cool, close to the shoulder armor I showed you guys. Simple, but it looks effective. So that's all I've got so far. I had a couple of questions from you guys. First question was about papercraft. Now, if you guys don't know, papercraft is, well, it originated from Japan, and it's the art of folding and cutting and gluing paper into different shapes. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have the money for Sintra, so can I use papercraft to build it? Will it look as good? Well, here is a Odst Trooper from Halo 3. You can see it's made entirely out of paper. You can see all the little tabs in there that you have to glue. It's a lot of cutting and gluing and cutting and gluing and cutting and gluing. And that's generally the result you get. So, not really the most easy process to do. I probably went through about 30 sheets of paper on this one, and probably about an entire stick of glue. Now, the problem with these is that if you don't size them right and you build the entire thing, you have to start over, and it's really hard to do that. With this one, because I wear glasses, I can't wear it without taking them off, and even with that, this opening is too small, so I have to cut these two parts here to put it on. But the end result is pretty good. I mean, you've got the range and the mobility. It would be a really good helmet if I had contacts or something like that, or even if somebody else wanted me to do this helmet for them and it fit their head. Now, the whole process about papercraft is what you do is you use fiberglass resin and fiberglass cloth. And what you do is you take the fiberglass resin and cloth and you coat the entire inside of it, and it dries, and because of the rigidity of the cardstock that you used, it keeps the shape. Then you go on the outside with Bondo and you fill any of the cracks in, and you just keep filling and shaping and filling and shaping until you get the desired look. And then what you do is you would either make a mold of that, or you would take it and then you would just cut out the visor section, get a welding shield or a piece of formed plexiglass or anything that's clear, and then you would tint it, and then you would have it in there, and that would be your visor. So it's, you know, not the best method, but for a Boba Fett style helmet, it's pretty simple. It's just straight, curved, bent lines, only a few pieces. I think the total helmet is only, I think the majority of the helmet's only about 10 pieces they have to actually cut out for the papercraft version. I did a papercraft version about a year ago, and we fully went through and fiberglassed it, and we resined it, and then we bondoed it, and it turned out really good. The only problem was that when it dried, one of the cheeks here dried lower and back in, and when fiberglass dries, it's hard to bend again without the possibility of cracking it. So essentially that was just a kind of test model. So, you know, I don't know how good that looks to you guys, but it looks pretty good to me, and if you went through the effort of fiberglassing it and resining it and bondoing it, and, you know, probably a good month's worth of work to get it to a level where even I would be proud of wearing it. then it'd be good. But the Boba Fett helmet's a lot simpler, so it doesn't take as much time. So what we're going to be working on next week is we're going to be creating the dome, which is going to be probably the most labor-intensive part. We're going to be making the dome out of about 20 or so strips that we cut out, glue, and form, and then we'll be sanding and we'll be finishing puttying that so it has a smooth dome. Then we'll be adding the 2 ear caps, the vent hole, and the trim, and then the helmet is essentially done for the exterior. What we'll be doing on the interior is we'll be adding some foam, a couple of fans, show you how to wire those up, and then I'll show you the best source to get paint and your visor, and then you'll have a fully functional helmet. Just like that. Just like magic. So, see you in episode 4, and if you got any questions, comment below the video and I'll answer them for you.